Okay, so we're going to just start with a couple of clamshell combinations here. What you pull the waist in nice and tight. This is all about the hips, but we're still working the middle the whole way through. So belly button to spine. Take a nice deep breath. So you're just going to keep the feet down on the mat and lift the knee up as high as you can. And then from there, you just squeeze it back down again. So we're just lifting and lowering. And that's it. All right, so as you squeeze down, I want you to just imagine you're pushing against something really heavy there. So you just create a little more resistance for yourself, and you're going to start to feel the seat muscle. All right, so breathe deep. If you can, you breathe out as you squeeze the leg back down. So I want you to stay focused on the breathing. Nice deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, so squeeze it down. All right, one last time. And then this time we take the knee up and hold it there. The feet are still together, and then it's a little flick up with the knee. So the knee's just trying to go a little higher each time, but the feet is like they're glued together. So the knee's just going higher, the waistline is still pulling in, and you're going to start to feel a little bit more going on right through the glutes there. All right, so just a few more seconds here, just a little flick up, 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 not coming back down, just trying to go higher, and then just hold it. Now, keep the leg in that position, but lift so the feet are about an inch apart now. And then you come up an inch and down an inch. Tiny, tiny, tiny little movement. Okay, so now working a little deeper into your seat. You're going to feel that all the way through the glutes. And if you can, you just take that knee maybe just a little bit higher. Change that angle just slightly. And then you'll feel a little bit more right into the side and base of the seat as well. The waistline is in the whole time too, so don't forget the middle. Focus on your breathing and just keep moving up an inch, down an inch, tiny, tiny little movement there. And then we're going to just change position completely by bringing the leg straight out in front. So the foot is in line with the waist or thereabouts. I want you to push right into the heel and then just slowly take that foot up as high as you can and then lengthen it all the way back down, but it's nice and slow. All right, so there's no momentum and there's no gravity. It's just your muscles, it's your glutes doing that lifting. You'll feel your legs, but your glutes, that's where the effort is. All right, push into the heel, focus on the breathing, and just keep it going nice and smooth. Slowly up, a little higher maybe if you can. Really flex the foot, push right into the heel as you lower slowly back down again. And then just one last time. All right, lift up. High as you can, up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, push to the heel, and then just slowly come back down. From there, bring the leg back round, we're at 90 degrees. Now we're just going to push ourselves up to sitting and lengthen the leg away. So the foot is in line with the hip, front leg stays in the same position, lift that leg up, tiny little pulse up and down, and breathe. So you reach into the toes, you lengthen through that leg. Now your hand can be down on the mat, arm nice and straight, or you can come up to a balanced position. So you just keep going up an inch, down an inch, tiny, tiny. Waistline still in, breathe nice and deep. So just keep lengthening. Make that leg a little bit longer every time you lift and lower. And the foot's in line with the hip. And we're almost there. We've just got a few seconds left. All right, so nice deep breath. And then bring the leg round now so it's at 90 degrees. So you might well want a hand on the floor here, or you might want to lean forward just a little bit. You're going to lift that leg up, flex the foot, and then push. Push back and squeeze. So as you do that, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, keep the waist in, try and stay lifted. Balance if you can. Hands on the floor if you need it, that's fine too. All right, so just pushing back. Squeeze every time. Breathe nice and deep. We're almost there. So just push it back. Almost. And then come back round. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves into box position. So the hands are under the shoulders. The knees are slightly apart. The right leg is going to lift up. So the knee comes in line with the hip or thereabouts. You're going to flex the foot and then a little push up, a little squeeze. Squeeze into the glutes. Breathe nice and deep. So you want to try and get maybe the heel just a little closer in towards the seat muscle if you can. So a little more for the hamstrings. Squeeze into the glutes at the same time. Focus on the breathing at the same time. Keep that waistline in. Eyes to the mat. Don't let the head drop. Neck stays long. Keep it going, keep squeezing, keep working, and then slowly bring it back down, take a breath, and then other side. So waistline in, take that other leg up, flex the foot, little push, little squeeze, belly button to spine at the same time. Focus on the breathing the whole time too. Okay, so just lengthen the neck, eyes stay down, waist is in, push and squeeze. Keep it going, a few more seconds. All right, so just squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, belly button to spine, lifting through the seat muscle, almost there. All right, come back down, take a breath. All right, so now we're just gonna switch sides. So you're just gonna come onto the other side. I'm gonna do it all again. So we're gonna come down and we're back to our clamshells. So support yourself on your elbow, legs at 90 degrees, feet stay down, lift the knee up, and then squeeze it down nice and slowly. So keep the waist in, focus on the breathing. Squeeze it down. Okay, so we are 30 seconds here, so just keep squeezing like you're pushing against something heavy again. Create a little extra resistance for yourself there and feel those muscles working just that little bit harder every single time. So squeeze it down, waistline in, breathe nice and deep. One last time here. All right, so the feet are like they're glued together still. Now lift up, hold it, but the feet stay together. Little flick up, knee up towards the ceiling. Trying to go just a little higher. It's tiny little movement. Right, it looks like nothing. It's quite subtle, but you are gonna feel your seat muscle. Focus on the breath, belly button to spine, little flick up, 15 seconds to go. Tiny, tiny, tiny little movement. Up and up, up, up. Tiny, tiny. Waistline in, breathe in deep, almost there. All right, now hold it and then keep the leg in that position. Lift so the feet are about an inch apart and then up and down, just an inch. It's tiny again, but it's right into the seat. And if you can take that knee just a little higher, change the angle slightly, you'll get a little bit more around the side and base of the seat there. Waistline is in at the same time. Focus on the breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Tiny, tiny little movement. Almost ready to change position here. So waistline stays in. Just a couple more here. Nice deep breath. And then let the feet and knees come back together. So now the leg comes out in front. Foot is in line with your waist. Push right into the heel. Get some length. Belly button to spine and then just slowly, slowly take it up as high as you can. Flex the foot at the top. Push to the heel and then lengthen slowly all the way back down. So you're trying to keep the foot in line with the waist. If you're not quite there, that's okay. Take the foot a little higher each time if you can, and then just lengthen all the way down. So pushing into the heel, make that leg a little longer every single time here. So as you lift your seat muscle, all right, so we are burning calories, strengthening, sculpting, lifting through the seat, and we've just got one more here. All right, so take it up as high as you can. It's our last one. All right, flex the foot, push to the heel, and then lengthen it all the way back down. And then once we are back down, another deep breath. And then bring the legs round. So we've got 90 degrees. And we're going to just push ourselves back up and lengthen away that leg. So the foot is in line with the hip. The front leg is still at 90 degrees. Your waistline is in. Take a breath. And then lift that leg up. Little pulse, up and down. Barely moving, but really feeling it. You're going to feel the outer waist as well, all the way through the thigh, into the seat, into the outer waistline. And then if you want to work a little harder, you come up to your balance position, so you can just place your hands on the leg. If that's a wee bit too much, light touch on the floor, that's fine. Focus on the breath, tiny, tiny little movement, up an inch, down an inch. Hardly moving at all there, lengthening away. Lengthen out the spine, sit as tall as you possibly can. And then 5 left. Almost there. All right, bend the leg back round. So now we've got 90 degrees with both legs. Lift up, flex the foot, little push back, push it right into the heel. As you do that, squeeze into the hamstrings. Squeeze right into the glutes. Right, so you are firming and strengthening all the way through the back of the leg into the seat. Lengthen up as much as you can. Then you get a little bit into the outer waistline too. And waistline, keep it in. Belly button to spine the whole time. Nice deep breath. All right, just a few seconds to go here. So push and squeeze. and breathe. We're almost there, almost done. All right, and then just relax back down. Take a breath. So from here, you're gonna roll onto your back, and we're just gonna roll all the way back down to the mat. So you can lengthen the legs, feet at the front of the mat, lengthen the spine, waistline in. Let's just get a little bit for the abs on the way down. Circle the shoulders and just lower slowly all the way down to the mat. And then once you're down on the mat, you just take a deep breath, walk your feet in, and then feet and knees together, pop the toes off the floor so we're on our heels, hands on shoulders, waistline in, lift the lower back off the mat, and then just a little pulse up and down and squeeze. So you squeeze the hamstrings, you squeeze the glutes, and you just focus on the breathing as you do that. So a little stretch through the back, but squeeze right into the seat muscle so we're still working the glutes as you stretch your back. And your waistline, keep it in, belly button to spine at the same time. Right, such a lovely stretch, but tightening on tonus, sculpting through the back of the legs at the same time. Focus on the breath. You've just got a few more seconds here. So just curl and squeeze and breathe. And then let the feet come down and just slowly curl all the way back down onto the mat. Take a nice deep breath. Hug the knees in. Come back up to sitting. Lengthen the legs. Have a little stretch down towards the legs. Take a deep breath. And there we go.